What's going on, everybody? This is Justin, otherwise known as the Flipping Accountant, here on YouTube and Instagram. Thanks for joining me. Today we're going to do something a little different. Going to talk about my sales for the month of September 2020. Going to talk about all the different sources of income that I have for my side businesses, including Amazon FBA, eBay, Amazon Associates, YouTube, Facebook Marketplace, and merch by Amazon. So some of those sources I didn't make very much money. A couple of them, I made quite a bit for me, which I'm pretty happy about. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you all of the sales that I made from each platform. Going to tell you the gross sales. Going to talk about the fees and the breakdown, and then I will tell you at the very end how much profit I made from each source, and I'm going to put them right up here. So what I've done is I've prepared screenshots out of my different accounts to show you guys. I'm going to put these up here. Then I'm also going to put the income and breakdown up here as well, so we can keep track throughout this whole process. I work full time. I'm a CPA, certified public accountant, so I love talking about numbers and budgets and all that kind of fun stuff that people just love talking about. But I'm also a reseller. I've been doing it for a few years. I really enjoy doing it. It's a lot of fun. I do it part-time just to save money and pay off extra bills and stuff like that. I'm happy to talk about it. I've learned quite a bit over the past couple years. I started off just doing what you're doing, watching stuff on YouTube, learning, and then going from there. So this video, I'm going to talk about, what I actually made, my profits and all that. And this isn't meant to be any kind of a, brag or anything like that. I just want to show you guys what's possible, what you can do part-time, because that's what I do. I do all of this stuff part-time. I keep myself busy with it. Some people make a lot more money than I do. Some people make less. It's okay. It just depends on what your goals are, what you're trying to achieve. Everybody starts from zero. Everybody starts, at nothing, and then you just kind of have to work your way up from there. So, gonna go ahead and get started. I'm gonna kind of bounce around a little bit, just kind of give you, a different description of each different sales platform, stuff like that. But I'm gonna start by talking about my local sales, which are my Facebook Marketplace sales. I like to list stuff on Facebook Marketplace that is big or heavy or stuff that I don't want to ship. I sell candy on there. I've sold Kit Kats. I've sold tools and toys, little mini refrigerators, just all sorts of stuff. This month was pretty good for me. I'll go ahead and I'll put up some examples up here. Just a couple examples. One thing that I'm about to sell, actually, in a few minutes here. This won't be on this month's, but it'll be on next month's. This giant TIE fighter. Nice. This month I've sold quite a few Kit Kats, candy. Halloween's coming up, and I had bought a whole bunch of full-size Kit Kat bars and didn't want to ship them because, they could melt through the mail, so I've been selling them locally. I'll put that up here. A couple other things that I found in my garage was I found a bunch of little mini fridges that I had bought last year around Black Friday. I meant to send them into Amazon FBA, but because someone had changed the listing, I can't send them into FBA because they don't match the picture. So instead, I sold them locally for 35 to 40 bucks a piece. I had 20 bucks a piece into them. They're not a huge return, but I got my money back. I doubled my money and just kind of moving on. Another thing that's been selling really well for me is I've been selling a lot of hydro flasks. Hydro flasks are just, kind of like a metal water bottle that people use for hiking and camping and that kind of stuff. And I buy them locally from a thrift store, and they basically they get a lot of return, a lot of lost luggage and stuff like that. So they have these huge bins they just kind of dig through and sell them for 50 cents a piece. So I sell those for $5 a piece, and that that kind of adds up. It's not it's not an amazing return, but each one is like a $5 free $5 bill. So I'm pretty happy with that. So for the month of September, my total Facebook Marketplace sales were $505. It's nice because Facebook Marketplace has no selling fees, so basically it's just your time invested and then whether or not you want to meet people to sell the item. So $505, no selling fees, which is nice. Cost of goods was about $123.50 for all of that stuff that I sold this month. So my net profit on Facebook Marketplace was $381.50 for the month. So the next thing I'm going to talk about is Amazon Associates. If you don't know what Amazon Associates is, it's basically just like a little referral program that Amazon has that you can put links into videos like down below where you talk about, you know, products that you sell or products that you use in your business. Like I put polybags and tape guns and all sorts of different stuff that I use in my Amazon business. And if somebody clicks on a link and they purchase something within 2 days off of Amazon, after clicking on your link, then you get a referral. The percentages vary, but I made a whopping $0 from that, which is fine. You know, everybody has to start somewhere, and that's fine. But you know, hopefully it'll grow into an additional income stream for me. I think I'm going to switch it off and talk about Airbnb real quick. Hey guys, how's it going? I wanted to talk quickly about Airbnb. I am an Airbnb superhost, and I rent out a spare bedroom in my house for extra money on Airbnb. I started doing this last year, and I did it for quite a while last year, and I made pretty decent money. I was making between like $300 and $500 a month doing it. It's a great way to make extra money. You don't mind, you know, other people being in your house, or if you have an extra house to rent out or a spare, you know, basement or something like that. I've seen it done all sorts of ways. Fortunately, I'm not doing it at the moment because of, you know, kind of everything going on. Plus, I want to focus more on Amazon and eBay and stuff like that. You know, I would rather just kind of have my privacy right now. But I have done Airbnb in the past. I'm still an Airbnb superhost. I'm not doing it currently. I don't have any plans to do it again in the future. It is a great way to make extra money. I do keep my room clean and set up in case I have family or friends that visit. I need to use it for storage space or anything like that. But I'm not currently making any money off it at the moment. Technically, since I'm still a superhost, I still like to mention it. You know, I did it for a while. I made good money. I'm just not doing it now. So anyways, move on to the next one. Welcome back. Merch by Amazon now. Merch by Amazon, if you don't know what that is, it's a platform where you can apply to sell designs on Amazon, and basically you submit a design, they get printed on t-shirts or cups or cell phone cases, sweatshirts, hoodies, and all that kind of stuff. When I first started doing it a couple years ago, it was mostly just, I think it was only just t-shirts, and the theory was that eventually they would start doing more products, which they are now, but I really don't focus that much on Merch by Amazon. I'm going to show you guys just a shot of my account. I have a little over 300 products available through Merch by Amazon. I am in tier 1000, meaning I have 1,000 slots total available in my account, but I only have 300 of them filled. That means I have about 700 empty slots that if I spent the time to make designs, I could load them up and try to sell stuff. But I'm not a designer. I have no design skills. So I like to make designs on my phone. I use different apps that are free that you can download, like Over or Canva, and I create the designs there, then I upload them, and sometimes I do well. Just kind of go over that as well. So Merch by Amazon, basically what happens is every time you sell something that you have a design on, you get a royalty. So you basically just like get a payment for, you know, selling that design. So my total sales for September for Merch by Amazon was $538.80. Amazon takes out quite a bit for their fees, for their printing, for their shipping, for their returns and all that. Their selling cost was $471.92. So I made a whopping profit of $66.88 for my net royalties. So that's what I get in my pocket. I don't have any services that I use. I don't pay for any programs. So all of that is just straight profit for me. So 66 bucks. I haven't uploaded any designs in months. I don't really do anything with the site anymore. This is just a residual income that I get between 50 and 100 bucks a month because I don't actually have to do any work because I've already done the work and now I just make money off of it. So if you're interested in Merch by Amazon, there's a lot of YouTube videos out there. There's a lot of free information to help you get started. I think it's a great program. I just don't focus a lot of my energy on it right now because I'm trying to do other things. My next source of income that basically this is just for recording purposes is my YouTube channel. Now you'd think with somebody with a huge YouTube following, like 300 subscribers say, would make a ton off ad revenue, but technically speaking, you can't get monetized until you have 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch hours within a year period for the watch hours. So right now I'm not monetized yet. Again, this is just for documentation purposes. You know, hopefully a few months from now or a year from now, you know, I'll get to that point. So if you enjoy talking about reselling stuff, personal finance on FBA or eBay sales, you know, go ahead and click subscribe and hit that bell notification just so you can help me out. It's free for you, but it helps me out. So I also pay for a monthly subscription to Epidemic Sound so you can get copyright-free music and sound effects to use for your videos. But right now, I pay for that and I don't actually make any money off my videos, so I believe that's 20 bucks a month. So to use if you're interested, I'll put the link down below. We have two more sources of revenue to talk about, and these are actually the bigger ones that I make the most money from. On eBay, I had a pretty good month, and one of my major goals right now is to try to clean and clear as much inventory as I can in preparation for Q4. I'm trying to get rid of as much stuff, older stuff that's been unlisted and sitting around, and you know, try to minimize my trips of going to the store and going shopping. So my main goal for this past month has not been to make as much money as I can chasing bolos and hot deals and all that kind of stuff. My main goal has been listing old inventory that has been like dead stock. It's usually stuff that takes longer to test, longer to, you know, sort through, take pictures, list. But I had a really good month on eBay because I increased my listings. I think I started with around like 170 and right now I'm at like 265, 270. So not only do I still have 100 plus more listings than I did at the beginning of the month, I sold quite a bit more than I normally would. So gonna get into the numbers here. I'll put it up here for you guys. So this is my eBay sales report for this month. My total sales for the month were $2,937.71, which is 162% greater than the prior time period that they counted. Taxes and government fees are $138.88. The selling costs were $395.91, which they calculate as 13.5% of my total sales, which leaves me with a net sales of $2,402.92. So looking down near the bottom, I've got my item sales, shipping and handling. There's actually quite a bit more shipping and handling fees, but I use a program called Pirate Ship to ship my products. So what I'm gonna do is, in addition to these fees right here, I'm gonna show you my Pirate Ship account, $480 worth of shipping fees and shipping costs associated with this past month. So I'll finish breaking that down. My total sales on eBay were $2,937.11. My taxes and fees that they collected, selling fees were $881.12, which leaves me with a net sales of $1,917.71. Then I have to minus out my cost of goods sold, which is basically what I paid for the products that sold, and my cost of goods sold was about $515. My net profit for eBay for this past month was $1,402.71. So from total sales of $2,900 to net profit for eBay $1,402, which I'm pretty happy with. Normally that's like my gross sales for like eBay is between $1,000 and $1,500. So to know that I made like 1,400 bucks profit off of just eBay is great. So I'm pretty happy with that. Plus, I cleared a lot more stuff out of my garage, made a lot more room, and I'm pretty happy that that stuff is gone. So I'm gonna move on to the final source of income. That's my Amazon sales for FBA and merchant fulfilling. All right, guys, back in the office here, gonna talk about my last source of income, which is my Amazon FBA and merchant fulfilled sales. So this is a screenshot from my Amazon account. This past month, I had a total gross sales of $7,715.97. So if you look at the very bottom, it says this month I sold 7,700 items. As compared to last month, I did 10,000. And then last year, the same time, I did 9,200. So overall, this was kind of a down month for me in comparison to last month or even last year, which is not that bad. Honestly, I don't feel that bad about it because most of what I sold this month is dead stock. It's older stuff that's just been sitting around. I'm not chasing, I'm not out buying stuff. I'm mostly just, you know, sourcing occasionally and then sending a bunch of stuff in to try to clear stuff out of my garage to try to clear up as much space as I can. So I want to take it a step further and kind of break down, you know, what I was actually paid, what the fees are, what the breakdown is, all that kind of stuff to kind of give you guys a more realistic view. Because, you know, sometimes when people say like, oh, I did 100,000 or I did 50,000, they're not actually talking about what their expenses were, what their actual profit was and all that. And I want to go ahead and break that down for you. Screen that I'm going to put up for you, this is a picture of my payouts for the month. So we're gonna have to do a little math on this stuff, but basically I had 2 payouts for the month, and then this was ending yesterday, the 31st. So I had 2 payouts for the month. One payout was for $2,782.74. The other payout was for $2,024 total. So this basically just shows for these 2 time periods, in case you don't know, Amazon pays every 2 weeks. And for these 2 time periods, these were my 2 payments. Also, the third spot at the very top, this is basically where I'm at right now for the end of last month, because it went from 9/28 to present. So basically just these past couple days, I would have another payout of $253 if I wanted to request that money, but I'm just gonna let it sit there so it can build every 2 weeks. Some people with older accounts can request daily payouts. I actually have that ability, but I'm not too concerned with it, so I just kind of leave it there and then, you know, get my payouts every 2 weeks. Amazon has this thing where they can actually break down what your payment is and all of the fees that go along with it. So what I'm gonna do is the very first payment for the month was $2,782.74. I'm gonna show you guys the breakout that Amazon shows me, just to give you an idea of all of the fees, all of the costs, all of the expenses that go along with selling on Amazon and what your realistic payouts are. So I'm gonna put this graphic up for you. This is what I can see when I go into my account. The net proceeds were $2,782, but if you look on the right side, they have it all broke down. So we've got product charges of $4,510.63. That's what I actually sold within that 2-week period. Then you've got shipping, other refunded expenses, and now at the bottom, you've got refunded sales, promo rebates, FBA fees, shipping fees, and then Amazon fees. And the Amazon fees were $1,521.12. So even though I had a gross sales of $4,500, Amazon takes out $1,500 in fees, and then there's all these other expenses that go along with it. That just kind of eats away into what my actual payment is. That's how I went from $4,500 in sales down to $2,700 in an actual payment. So there's another one for the other payout, but I'm not gonna show that one. I just wanted to show you guys a breakdown, which is kind of a neat thing that they have on here, of what goes into all of these fees that Amazon charges. So for the month of September overall, I've got my total breakdown that I'm gonna put up here for you. So total sales were $7,715.97. The selling costs were $2,655.99. My cost of goods was extremely low for this month because I had some items that were, like I said, older stuff I'd paid for already. I had some stuff that had ridiculously high margins. Total cost of goods sold was $1,054.40. So my net profit from Amazon for this past month was $4,005.58. So just to kind of give you an example. Now I talked about it again last month in my previous video that I found some software that I've been selling. I bought for 25 cents a piece. They've been selling for $25 to $30. So after fees and all that stuff, I make between $20 and $23 per item. On a 25-cent return, on a 25-cent investment, that is a huge return. So some things like that kind of skew my margins a little bit, but I also like to buy discontinued stuff. That kind of stuff sells for high too. But to find discontinued stuff, you have to learn about different products that sell well. You can join Facebook groups for that. You can search on YouTube. People give out bolos, all that kind of stuff. Anyway, so I had about $4,000 in profit from Amazon for the month. So if I add everything together, total estimated profit, I'm gonna put them up here, all of the different sources of income. So first off, we've got merch by Amazon for $66.68. Facebook Marketplace sales of $381.50, eBay for $1402.71, and then Amazon for $4,005.58. Then we have to minus $20 for my Epidemic Sound subscription. So that leaves me with a total estimated profit of $5,836.67. So I also had some other miscellaneous expenses, which were not very much. Would just say it's like 50 bucks because I have a subscription to Scout IQ that I use for scanning boxes and tape and stuff like that. But I'm gonna write all that stuff off at the end of the year anyways. Plus there are other things I could, charge to. This is normally the part where somebody looks at the camera and says, I am not a certified tax professional. I actually am a certified tax professional, but I'm not giving out any kind of advice in this video. I do have other videos where I talk about expenses and things you can write off, so you can look for those kind of videos. I do have other expenses that I'm going to write off, but I'm not going to get into every single nitty-gritty detail. This is just kind of an overall that, I'm breaking down for you. So total was $5,836.67 net profit. Also going to save about 25% for taxes. I pay quarterly, so I pay quarterly estimated tax payments based on my last year's sales. But also for me, I just like to put money away just so I can make sure that I have enough to cover everything when I pay it every 3 months. If I subtracted the 25% for taxes, my net profit for September would come out to $4,377.50. Now again, as a reminder, this is a part-time job for me. I just do this in my spare time. I don't put 40 hours a week into it. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. Just depends on how much energy or attention I want to focus on these different avenues, these different businesses. But this is just showing you that this is something that anybody can do. Anybody can pick something up and sell it on Facebook Marketplace or sell it on eBay or learn how to do Amazon. I'm not a certified Amazon professional, anything like that. I started by watching YouTube videos and joining Facebook groups. Everybody starts somewhere, and I'm just trying to show you that even part-time, you can make good money doing this stuff. So at $4,300 profit for the month, if I divided that into a weekly payment, it would be about $1,094 a week, or about $27 per hour if this was a full-time job for me and I was getting paid 40 hours a week, which I'm not. And that's okay because, again, this is fun for me. I enjoy doing this kind of stuff. I enjoy making these kind of videos. I enjoy talking about numbers. This is just showing you that anyone can do it. Even if you're part-time, you need to make some extra money. This is a great way to make extra money if you're doing Amazon or eBay or Facebook Marketplace or Airbnb or any of these other different side hustles that you can look into and sign up for. If you're doing this full-time, if you're doing this part-time, it's a great way to make extra money. Let me know if you have any questions. I'm always happy to help. I hope you found some benefit in this video. Hit me up if you have any questions. I hope you enjoyed it. Hope you got some value out of it. And thank you for watching, and we'll catch you in the next one.